Hey, dear Caleb, I guess I want to make this as short and as sweet as I can to try to explain a little bit of my life. The Seven Day Adventists have been teaching people a number of the techniques of conversion therapy. Conversion therapy has kind of come about because of the snake charmer kind of Christian who will literally have you thrown to the devil to prove that you're saved kind of person. The person you've struggled to understand in the Hebrew roots movement who has a transformed relationship with God that never really gets the 3 points of this is how the relationship exists. So most of my life, this conversion therapist, my mother, who's been taught by them to kind of hate my effeminacy as a snowflake, is because of a 1927 law against people like me and blacks to sterilize them. So the conversion therapist is that person who wants to play the Tuskegee experiment. From my experience at this point in time, it's also a psychological game that spies use and the team uses. My dad taught me about it to save my life when I was homeless the first time, and I didn't say anything about it. But this time I'm not letting them push me in a corner and all those other things, so I might scream out loud when they do that if I'm in your state, and you'll maybe hear about it. But I'll be the one out on the punishment snake for more than like 24 hours now. So I would like to have a conversation. I don't need you to hold my hand. I need some touchstones that would be men that would be willing to get to know me, and I'll live at a shelter if I have to. But low dose is what I am in need of as an autistic man, having been kind of burnt by Ritalin as a child. It doesn't help me have an emotional flow so I can find myself. Low dose will probably give me the thing I need, and there are lots of testimonies of people doing that. Now that I have a degree, I'm sick of my mother wanting to have her hooks in me, tell me that I have to be sober at all costs because all the things that she might have or might not have lied to this person about, because my sense of it is the worst fantasy is my mother called my worst fantasy is my mother called upon the team area chaplain guy to like gaslight me back from like keeping the Torah is what it feels like. And these people are the divine invitation people who Derek's lying to you. They have a relationship and a covenant relationship with Boaz, and Boaz is hanging out with like Kenneth Copeland and stuff, and that's Todd White, who was like the guy in Fort Collins who came by Thebo's place where I was homeless the first time, and he would sell cocaine with him and his second guy, is this older person or his brother or something. Anyway, they were all in cahoots, and really the past is not what this is about. This is about me being gaslit by this person because they think I'm this effeminate person, some leftist like powerful thing or whatever the hell they call me in their church discipline, because that's how sometimes it's called conversion therapy, by calling it church discipline. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do other than tell you that these are not the people I can trust, and I might trust you because you're not going to want me in this transform relationship. You're not going to tell me to do what the Latter-day Saint tells people to do, to just go and do what you feel is right. You'll at least do like what Boaz did here, walk in righteousness. So whatever you'd like me to repent of, we can go back to hunt work and we can work our way through everything in my life if you'd like. I just need a touchstone. I need some friends. I don't want to be kicked to the alone anymore by people who refuse to talk to me about what's going on in my life. And so far they have. They all want to do is pay attention to like what it is my mother telling me that I have to go do this or I have to go do that. Well, my mother's refused to let me be anything I've wanted to be. My brother can attest that he had to tell me and he had to run after me when I wanted to go be a football player. As a little kid, 11, 12, and 13 before she remarries. And then I want to be an actor. All these other things. The only thing that resolves it for her, and she finally starts talking to me again, is the fact that I choose to try to be an architect, and then that fails. But it fails because I'm not dealing with the one thing I need to is my ADHD. And then even when I go to the therapist, Richard McMahon, it doesn't help me. I think he's a gaslighter because him and his PhD wouldn't even look at me when I was like, I don't have friends, I struggle with it. And the thing I've realized is as an autistic man who has ADHD, I don't know how to be a social person. And I have never, ever had real friends for longer than 2 years. So I have no context for people. So I'm like left in this cold frozen place where I like touch friends every now and then, but I'm left all alone. I can't let this conversion therapist person continue to use people like my mom who have ASD to beat us down under their need to absolutely be controlled. and then have someone who's their little like punching bag to beat out of when they get home. Because that's all my mother did to me and my brothers, abuse us. So I want to let you know, I remember having to fend my mother's hands off, laying on my back on the carpet, trying to make sure that I could stay breathing before her, because of what the conversion therapist in the Seventh-day Adventist church told her to do. And I am almost 15, sir. I'm 15. She's abusing me. Thank you so much for whatever help you choose to offer. May you be blessed.